Welcome to Keeping It Real SRQ with your host, Veronica and Jeremy Miller, and Tomi and Justin Knepp. Keeping It Real SRQ is the show that shares what's happening in our local real estate market.
So today we're going to talk a little about referrals and how important they are for
pretty much anybody
for anything, for any business, but specifically real estate.
Yes, and I'll be honest, I love referrals because now someone just told somebody that I'm a trusted advisor.
Nice.
You know, so
Right.
so that helps a great deal, don't you think?
Absolutely. Yes. I love that we get a lot of referrals. It means that you're doing a good job and you're taking care of your customer.
True.
You know, and that goes a really long way. It's not, you know, that you just help somebody with their home and then you just drop them off and then you're done. You know, it makes a big difference when you actually make like a good connection. And I think that's really important, you know, when you're working with your customers, you know, that you make that connection and they love it and they love you and they want your friends to work with you.
Right, exactly.
So is it mostly prior engagements that you've had, like deals that referred you, or friends of friends? And
Both.
Very nice.
And that's why I always say, you know, use your sphere of influence.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And if everybody knows that you're a realtor, then somebody will ask, let's say, your brother-in-law or your neighbor, do you know a realtor? Besides the 21 million. Hopefully, we're on the list.
Right.
We have a few here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hopefully
It's a
we're
popular
on the
place
list.
to live. I mean, why wouldn't there be?
Exactly.
Right.
And why not? This is a great job where we get to help people. And possibly the largest investment they will ever make.
Absolutely.
So you
Yes.
want trusted advisors. You want people who know their business, just like us, and can help you navigate through this real estate market.
All right, well, we are here today with Leslie Maskewitz with Prudential Advisors, and we're going to talk today about retirement and what we need to do to retire. That's something everybody wants to do. So, Leslie, what can I do as a 50-something adult that wants to retire?
So, Jeremy, this is my favorite topic. I'm glad you asked. So I think first and foremost, when you're contemplating retirement, you probably want to take a look at what you owe. What is your debt? What are your monthly expenses or annual expenses? I want to say definitely pay down credit card debt. You know, don't go into retirement with a lot of debt, because you are making money every month. And once you retire, what you have saved is what you have to work with.
Right.
So it's really important to make sure that your debt is minimal. Calculate what your expenses are. Make sure that you are in touch with, you know, what everything is going to be costing you. So I said, list all your debts, list all your fixed expenses and variable expenses that you're going to have throughout the year. Divide them by 12 and get a good sense of what your monthly expenses are. Add 30%. we have inflation, and there's always the unexpected. So add 30%. And next, you're going to look at what your income is going to be in retirement. So you want to calculate any pension income and any Social Security income that you have. Go to socialsecurity.gov. If you're not sure what you're going to be making in retirement, go to socialsecurity.gov. And they'll tell you what you'll be making at 62, 65, and at full retirement, 67. For some of us, that age is going up, I understand.
Right.
So, and then at 70 is the max. So get a good sense of what that income will be. The next thing I do when I'm helping my clients retire is I take your expenses, add 30%, and then I subtract your Social Security and pension income from that, and that's where I get the gap that we need to fill in. And that gap can be filled in with 401k, savings, any type of employer savings account that you have managed to accrue, along with any Roth savings that you have accrued. So I look at that, and that's what we are working with to help you retire. If you are afraid of running out of money, we might use some different products, but it really depends on, we might use a lifetime income annuity, or we might look at, some sort of product that is going to guarantee that you will not run out of money.
So those monthly expenses that everybody's going to have for the rest of our lives,
Yes.
At some point, possibly the mortgage will go away, but what happens if that gap is too wide is that something that we just need to look at sooner as before we get to retirement age?
Always good to look at it. I say when you're in your 50s, you're in the glide path for retirement. And so you want to start planning as soon as possible so that we can figure out what your gap in retirement is going to be, and we can save a little extra working up to that. It tells you how much more you need to save before you retire. It will impact at what age you do retire. Or tell you that you're going to be working a little bit longer than you had expected to. So,
excellent. Well, I think we're good, and I appreciate your time today, and thank you very much for coming on.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Hi, I'm super excited. I'm here with David with Prosser Painting, and I can tell you firsthand, because you did our house, the outside and the inside,
We did, yeah.
The importance of painting. And I'm going to throw this statistic at you, which you've already heard.
Yes.
But repainting will cost about $967 for the house, and will increase your value more than 100%, and interior painting more by 55%. So why not take the time to paint, right?
I agree 100%, because typically when people, obviously the house is one of the most expensive investments somebody does.
Right.
And when you're putting your house on the market, that's the first impression somebody gets as soon as they come up to a home.
Mm-hmm.
So as the potential buyers walking into the house, the first thing they do is they look at the outside of the home. If the home is kept up, then obviously there's more value there.
Right.
If the homeowner first walks in, next thing you know, they see, there's settling cracks, the paint is chalky, it's faded. They really haven't invested their money in one of their biggest assets. What else are they not taking care of?
Right, that's true.
And what that does is it sets the stage for that potential buyer to start looking for other issues. But if a potential buyer walks into a home, the outside looks beautiful, they walk in the inside, and the walls are perfect, the trim's perfect, the doors are perfect, they will overlook those little tiny things.
Yeah.
Because everything is so upkept. They know that you've taken the time and then the investment to keep that asset up. Yeah.
The reason I'm laughing is when I first moved to Florida, my husband Jeremy, all he wanted, he's like, make sure it's not a pink house. And that kept us from even going inside the house. We could have found, something that we both absolutely love, but I just ignored it because it was a pink house.
Yeah.
And isn't that the crazy part? But my favorite is we found this gorgeous house, and I walked in, and my husband, I'm going to let you know, is a Dallas Cowboys fan, and they actually painted in the kitchen, the big star.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm like, no, we're out of here. And he goes, why? It's a sign from God. No, it's not,
We can just put some paint on it.
Yeah, exactly. Because I couldn't picture the furniture. I couldn't picture where everything was because I was just staring at this Dallas Cowboy. Nothing against Dallas Cowboys, but I'm just saying, the paint took me from looking at the rest of the house.
It shut you down.
It shut me down.
100%. And I agree with that. So Lorraine, my wife, is a color designer.
Oh, I know.
And so when somebody is selling their home, you need to find a beautiful neutral color that will appeal to the masses.
Yes.
You're right.
In fact, I know what they are because study shows beige, tan, gold, which I was shocked about that, gold, gray, top, and this one kills me, Greyage?
Greige.
Is that gray and
gray.
beige?
It's beige and gray. Yeah, it's what it is. It's a warmer gray. So instead of a cold gray, it has more beige and brown undertones. So it's a very warm gray.
Okay.
Which is very popular right now. So, and that's what you want to do. You want to, if you're going to be repainting the interior of your home to sell, you want to get rid of the accent walls. You want just a nice, beautiful tone, neutral tone throughout the entire dome. That will go with anybody's furniture. So, because the challenge is when somebody walks into a house and they see the Dallas Cowboy stand, or they see pink walls, or they see dark colors.
Yeah.
Immediately they're like, okay, now I have to go through and hire a painter now. So what they're going to do is they're going to say, you know what?
Too much.
Let's offer them $10,000 less because I have to go through the headache. I don't know how much it's going to cost to paint this. Even though it doesn't cost that much to paint it, you're immediately getting massive amounts or deductions on your offers.
Right, exactly.
You know, you want somebody to come in and go, this is move-in ready. This thing is perfect. All I have to do is bring my furniture and it's turnkey. And that's the nice thing about working with the designer. And it's so important, like you're saying, for somebody in today's market, when you have so many houses out there, what's going to separate you from you and the guy down the road?
Right.
If your house is fresh and looks amazing, you're going to get the highest bids and you're going to sell your house much quicker.
And one of my favorite things, you mentioned your wife, and I'm an artist by trade. I know how to paint. When I'm picking white, I'm like, oh, white is white. White is not white. There are a million whites. So that's another wonderful aspect about your company. You have a professional colorist that can come in and help pick the ideal colors.
Yeah, because that's huge. It's when you're selling a house, it's not as important. People need to kind of step back and say, I'm not going to live here anymore. So it doesn't need to make me feel good. It needs to appeal to the masses.
Right.
But you're right. If you're painting your home to kind of for your own personal needs, yeah, bring in a designer, bring in somebody that understands color, and then that way when the project's finished, it's absolutely perfect.
Perfect. Thank you so much for coming on the
Thank you
show,
for having
and I
me.
hope we taught the homeowners something new. That would be great. Take care. At Premier Home Watch, we provide the peace of mind you want, knowing your home is being properly looked after in your absence.
Hi and welcome today. I am here with Gerty, and she is the owner of Queen of Home Staging, and we'll be talking a little bit about, how to prep your home and get it ready for sale. So Gerty, tell me a little bit about your business.
Yeah, so I have a home staging business. I prepare homes to sell the homes for the best price and quickly.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I love it. I love it. Now, I know that there are some people, their home is completely empty. There's no furniture, and a lot of people use virtual staging.
Yes.
Can you tell me why maybe it's not a good idea to do virtual staging?
Yeah, the reason why I like to avoid that, I understand that the people think they can do maybe virtual staging.
Right.
It's cheaper and the house doesn't look empty on the photo or online, because people now in our times they look online.
Right.
But I like to try to avoid that because it looks great on the computer, great on the photo, but when soon the people open the door, it's like, oh, we see the house, and then open the door, oops.
Yeah.
It's empty. So it should be actually the opposite. The people should be more surprised when they open the house in a positive way and not disappointed. That's the reason I don't like the virtual staging so much.
I got you. Yeah, we have used virtual staging before, and we've actually had that shock before where, you know, buyers have come in during our open house and they're like, oh, I thought it had furniture in it.
Yes,
you know,
exactly.
so I totally understand.
Yes.
So I know staging, you know, helps sell a home 30 times faster, you know, than a non-staged home, and it increases, you know, the sale value by 20%. What are the key things that you go into to kind of show the space? You know, where like are you focusing in the house to really tie everything together?
First, it's very important to see the focal point in a house. Some homes, they have one focal point, they can have even more, 2 or 3. In some homes, they even don't have a focal point, then I have to create a focal point. And like I stage now the modern way, because we have now 2022.
Yes.
So it changed a little bit how we stage. A couple years ago, if you compare that, so we stage with lighter furniture and less. That's the way I'm staging.
So a little bit more minimal.
Yes, so less is more.
Yes, no, that's so true.
Yes. And then also about there's a difference between personal taste or staging a house. Staging, you have to find the average taste for everybody. The house has to appeal to everybody.
Yes.
So you have to attract more buyers.
Right.
So for example, you could have it. You would maybe like more of a contemporary style, or somebody else like it's more tradition, or somebody else like a farmhouse. So I try to combine them all. I found a way to do that. Have a little bit mixed in here, but still have a line in a house.
I love that.
So,
I love it. That's so important because so many buyers will walk in, and if they see a home that does have furniture, they're like, oh my gosh, this is so not me, but they're not seeing the house.
Exactly.
They're seeing that person's personal style.
Yeah.
So I love that you're making it different and, you know, making it where it's for everybody.
Yeah. For example, I just staged yesterday a house. It was pretty much farmhouse. Very, very beautiful. I fell in love immediately. My taste is completely contemporary.
Right.
So, and usually I like to bring in a lot of wood, warms up.
Yes.
But sometimes you have to be careful. Too much wood, different wood colors, can look on the end a little bit cluttered.
Right.
So this house had a nice wood floor, elements from wood in the kitchen, elements even around the fireplace, and television was built in. So I decided not to bring wood in because there was already a lot of wood.
Right.
So I mixed it a little bit with farmhouse and bring a little bit furniture in. They have a little bit gold.
Right.
So then I catch the people who love farmhouse, I catch the people who love it more traditional, and I catch the people who like it more contemporary.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Now, one last thing. I know that, you know, some people think that maybe staging may be too expensive. What do you say to a home buyer?
Yeah, I mean, each single money you put in a house, let's say for staging or maybe also changing light fixtures or knobs on the kitchen, it brings much, much more money in your pocket.
Right.
You have to invest a little bit in order to get the top dollar.
Absolutely.
But it's paying off 10, 20 times, and sometimes even more.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have it sometimes, I mean, I have it not really sometimes, couple times people say when they stage with me, wow, a house looks so beautiful, or a condo, I think I regret to sell it.
I totally agree. I think staging is definitely a big thing, and I think we've definitely learned a lot today. And if you have any questions or you need help with your home, please reach out to Gerty. She is our home staging expert.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you too.
Hi everyone. So I wanted to talk a little bit about, I'm sure you all have noticed that inventory has been on the rise. One of the things that for investors or flippers, or if you did want to build that portfolio of rental properties, this might be a really good time to start setting some goals for yourself. Have some money set aside that you know that you want to start putting into the market, the real estate market that is, and make sure that you're looking in the areas that you really want to be in, because now that the inventory is opened up, that's really going to start giving you that opportunity to get those little pockets that you've always been looking into. You want to make sure you find the right home, of course. You want to make sure that once you do find the property or the area, the home that you're getting, are you okay with the stick frame house? Does it have to be your block home? Kind of make sure that you're setting your goals to your guidelines. What's going to help you the most? Definitely follow your instincts. If you start feeling or seeing things possibly where you're like, well, this is a tight squeeze, I don't know if this is going to be the greatest deal or the best deal for me, it might be a good time to really evaluate, talk to some of your financial advisors and friends and people that are in the same industry, kind of see what they're doing as well. Because I've definitely slowed down a little bit on going after homes, but I have a very tough market where I have to have a really good deal on a property before I can get started on one. So definitely do your research with that. And so once you do buy, is this something that you're going to want to start to resell it, or are you wanting to lease it? One of the things about leasing right now is if the prices do come down a little bit, or people start panic selling and they know that house needs a lot of work, you might be able to get a really good deal. And I can almost promise in 30 to 45 years from now, if you hold on to the property or you give it to your kids or spouse or whatever, you're probably going to be setting on a lot more than just what you paid for it today. So these are just a couple things to look for, and let us know if there's any more questions or anything that you guys would like to see. Thank you guys.
Why should your home comfort be one-dimensional? Let your Infinity System by Carrier redefine your home with the ultimate combination of comfort and control. The Infinity System Control is the command center. It enables your equipment to be intelligent and powerful with the touch of a finger. You can control your entire system with ease. You can also monitor temperature room by room with zoning capabilities. From the start, your energy consumption is precisely monitored, so you'll instantly see how much you're saving down to the dollar. Your Infinity System Control learns and adapts around the clock. Just like an orchestra conductor, it instructs every part of your system to harmonize until every comfort dimension is ideal. Reduce or replenish the moisture in the air without lifting a finger. Remove impurities and increase airflow so your loved ones can breathe easier. Make your environment warmer or cooler to achieve the exact level of comfort you desire. Your Infinity System Control also offers multi-mode functions that will do the work for you. The Touch and Go feature allows you to switch between preference settings with the touch. Advanced Smart Setback intelligently adapts your energy consumption based on home occupancy to save you money on utility bills. It turns the system down while you're away and adjusts to ideal comfort levels by the time you return home. We don't just offer the ultimate combination of comfort and control. We elevate the way you receive service. The Infinity System Control can also double as a tool of communication between you and your Carrier dealer. This communication enables you to receive timely service support, remote diagnostics, and system updates. Your dealer takes care of it for you without inconvenient home service visits. You can access your system on the go. Through the downloadable MyInfinity app, you can manage and monitor your home system wherever there's an internet connection. Contact your Carrier dealer to experience customized comfort, harness the latest technology, and enjoy maximized energy savings like never before. With Infinity System innovation, the ultimate is obtainable.